Alright, getting ready to start the install on this Android 13 radio into my 2004 F-150. I've got the harness to connect the wires to. Let's get everything out of the bag. So, these are the wires. I'm taking everything out right now. These colors will coordinate with these colors mostly. I'm going to check the colors that I have here, plus the install colors that I have here. And once I get that done, I'll be back. But also, we have these other harnesses that all plug into the back of the head unit. We'll talk about those once we get closer to the truck. Alright, so here goes our harness all wired up. Once again, this is the Metra harness that's going to connect to the vehicle harness. This, of course, is the power harness that's going to connect to a head unit. These are the other harnesses, USB cables. This would go to an amp if I had one. This connects to the microphone. This connects to the reverse camera. There's a reverse camera included. I'm using a slightly different one. These cables here, or wires here that are not connected, connect to things that don't come on the harness. So this will connect to a reverse wire, something that's triggered that triggers the reverse lights. This will connect to the steering wheel control wire, and this will connect to the other steering wheel control wire. So every vehicle, these will be different, but we'll talk about these as we get into the vehicle. All right, which is next. Okay, so we are here with the radio and the trim panel. So this is for anybody with a 2004 F-150, I think 04 to about 10, and probably the same with the Expedition. This, you actually will have to do some modifying to the head unit. There are these plastic pieces that come from the casting of it that, for me, what I did was I went ahead and I cut that off. I took the bracket and I had to do some trimming to it as well, because it has the same metal part that goes through here, which doesn't allow the trim piece to clip in back on the dash. So in order to make this fit, you have to do some trimming. So once you do that, you slide the brackets over the trim piece, you screw in the brackets. So now this will be ready to go in, and it looks like this. So that's where we are. So next thing that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get the wiring harness in, get my key, my steering wheel controls wired up or spliced in, and my reverse camera stuff spliced in. So I'll show you some of that and try to get this closed up today. All right. Okay, according to the wiring diagram, this light blue and red wire right here controls the volume on from the steering wheel controls. So I ran a piece of wire a bit too long and connected it to the key 1 wire. It doesn't seem like I have a key 2 wire that I have to worry about, so I'm gonna play with that and adventure with that, but if this works, then it'll work. All right, next thing I'm going to do is find my reverse cable or my reverse trigger. I'm going to have to plug some wire. Really, I probably should have used this length for that. I'm gonna have to connect some wire to it and run it down, I believe, into the kick panel to find where my reverse lights get triggered in order to kick on the reverse camera when it's time to. All right. So this is the head unit after it's been installed. Everything works. There's my reverse camera. There's the Android Auto working wirelessly. I do have one issue, but it's something I think I just have to figure out. But everything went in. They did take some editing or some adjusting, but there it is.